when you kind of put the comments that the Border Patrol gave versus the Coast Guard mission and the interest areas, and you've seen all of these partner relationships. I've worked in the counterterrorism area at the federal level and local and state levels for a lot of years. And the big thing is trying to put people and organizations together. And if you can kind of think of how some of these things fit. I've worked at the C.A.N. Police Department since I've been here. The police departments have this term which you've probably heard of, community policing. And that says that it's the community that's policing itself. And if you think about the program we have, we're really part of community policing if you kind of put things into a bigger picture and tie it in with the locals. And where else does that take us? You've got eyes on the water, and if you see something happening on the water and it's coming on the land, then that's something that, among other people, the Sheriff's Department would have an interest in. And maybe local law enforcement. And where does that come in? That has a good function in Neighborhood Watch. So you can see that we can integrate these programs. I didn't invite the Sheriff's Department today, only because I wanted to keep it in this maritime thing. But in the future, I'd really like to bring them aboard and have them kind of look at how this integrates. Some of you folks may remember a fellow in the C.A.N program early on, at least in the SQUIM area, Rich Sill. Rich Sill is a member of the auxiliary, or at least I think he still is. But Rich was the undersheriff for the county for a while. And now that he's out of that, he still works Neighborhood Watch. And when I first talked to him about the C.A.N program, what he started talking about was how that integrated into Neighborhood Watch and how the C.A.N cadre network we have could be integrated into that. So rather than pursue that, I just kind of wanted you to think about how you put all this into a bigger picture perspective here. Because we do kind of tie into a lot of areas. A lot of people would like the information that you can impart. And one of the things, going with what Agent Dyer talked about why Port Angeles. In a lot of the things that I've done in training state and local responders, make yourself less attractive than somebody else. And by less attractive, it might mean that you've got eyes on the water, and therefore you're a threat to their operation, and someplace else becomes more attractive because they don't have the access that, let's say, they thought they had at this area, so they go there. And that's where your eyes and ears can help in this particular program. Don't want to beat that up anymore. Any questions about how the interagency coordination cooperation might aid you? Any comments on that? If not, I'd like to let our flotilla commander, Leo Leonard, talk a little bit about the salute reporting form that you had on the table, and there's still some copies back there. I made enough for two for each of you to at least take along, and you'd have a model of it. And if we could have Leo discuss a little bit of the
Lieutenant Mitchell's going to use.
Oh, you're going to do something? Okay.
Yeah, well, we're going to, like we always do, we're going to partner up with Mr. Leonard. So the salute form. A lot of you have asked me during some of the breaks as to, what is it that we're looking for, what is it that we want to know, what is it that the Border Patrol wants to know, and so between Mr. Hausler and Leo, they created the salute form, which is serves as a tool that at the beginning of when this network started, reports were very different. Sometimes it would take a lot of time at the command center to try to obtain the information that was useful to really do anything with. So the salute form is the first tool for you to be able to give the person at the other side of the line something to make an intelligent decision on, and as well give you the tools to collect information that somebody can actually make an intelligent decision on. So what is it that we're looking for? Well, just like we do with everybody, all of our partners in the area, the Coast Guard, we have so many missions, but in all of these missions, there's always a partner that actually has the same mission that we do. So, for example, the Border Patrol, we have customs, we have immigration that we enforce, but we are very limited on personnel, we're very limited on resources. Why would we want to just try to do it all on our own when we have a local partner that those are their main missions? Why not utilize them? So our mission is for safeguard of the citizenship. Well, why not use our local partners, which are the citizens themselves? You know, it's your property, it's your neighborhood, it's, you know, your neighbors. So that's what we're here for. So imagine, unfortunately, we have a lot of other systems in our command center right now that are just open, and we're not able to bring you in and show you what a multi-agency command center looks like. But imagine we have a total of 12 screens looking at different things, radars, communications, cameras, and then each one of those corresponds to something different: commerce, search and rescue, air operations, surface operations, underwater operations, Department of Defense operations, etc., etc. And one person with 10 phone lines and a communications person sitting next to them and trying to handle all that at once. It can get out of hands at times. So what you can do is by, as you notice something, and that's what Mr. Leonard is going to give some examples on how to do, is try to obtain as much information as possible here, and in that same order, you're able to tell that person on the other side of the phone what you have noticed up so far. And if now that person has a basic to then, if he needs more information, he knows that you have a tool that you can always go back to and try to, you know, ask yourself more of those questions. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I noticed. Now I have somebody else on the other side of the line that has probably a couple more questions. Now we can go ahead and extend a little bit more as to what I can provide. But when you make that original phone call, this is the basic information that that person at the other side of the line is going to need to be able to determine, okay, is this something that relates to me? Is this something that is immediate? Is this something that is going to need some investigation? Is this something that maybe we need to call the Border Patrol right away because, you know, we need to have somebody on land at that time because something's going to make landing, you know, or do we need to call another agency? Okay. So, yeah, Mr. Leonard, go ahead and use the salute form.
Thank you.